Hi guys, it's MJ from my paper journey, and I'm back with a quick share. And thank you for all of you for stopping by. I really appreciate you. First of all, welcome all my new subbies, and for all my existing subbies, welcome back. And to my sister Frankie, hi Frankie, and my nieces Aileen and Jenny, and Elena, hi mamas. This share is the on the previous one I think I had said 6 envelopes, but I actually used 5 envelopes on this one. I changed my mind on that extra envelope. I did a little bit different. And before I get started, just want to say firsthand the papers that I used for this is from VintageByMe. So if you want to head on to her store on Etsy, that's where I got the papers and some tags. And I use a mix of different variety of digitals that I have purchased from her or him. So I can't really say a specific name, because either way, they usually use a description. Vintage this and vintage that, or grungy vintage ephemera, even though it's not an ephemera, it's a paper, or it'll say collage paper ephemera and stuff like that. So just stop by the shop and visit her. I'm not getting paid to say that. Is, you know, it's just that's the papers that I use, and I really love her digitals. So I'm not sure what to call it. Either it's a 5 envelope booklet folio, I guess. First of all, I just want to say for the closure, I use Sari silk, and then the store that I got the Sari silk, it's from Etsy. I just don't remember the name of the store, but I'll put it down on the description if I remember. And so it's. And also on the Sari silk, I used this bird. I bought these charms thinking I can use them for charms, but they're not. They're actually, I don't know if you can see, they're bracelets to, you know, like to make bracelet, and then you use like a, maybe, I want to say like a 1/2 inch leather or faux leather flat, and then you make these are like the inserts that you put through, but it worked well because I was able to run through the Sari silk and make a knot on that, just to put, you know, a little bit of weight on it. And on the front, the first mistake I made on this is that I embellished what was inside the pocket here. I'll show you in a second. Before I added the closure, I added the closure before finishing doing the embellishment. So it came out as chunky, and I ended up putting extra Velcros. I did order some magnets, because the ones that I have, I think because I've had them for so long, they lose their strength, or maybe they weren't that great to begin with. So I used the Velcro tabs here. This is 1 envelope here that I turn into a pocket, and this is another envelope here. So this is 2 envelopes that forms the front and the closure here in the front. So in the first pocket, I did this was scrap. So a lot of the embellishments after I embellished the 5 envelope folio, all the scraps I used, and I made my ephemera. So, and like usual, I just started embellishing it, and I had no plans. All I said is, okay, I want to use these papers, and that's it. And that's what I did. So I scraps, And I made this little booklet with scraps of coffee dye paper. I used 2 of them, which technically turn into 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, and 10 if you want to use the inside of the little booklet. Isn't that beautiful paper? This is just part of a sheet. And so I used a little crochet doily that Mary Bell sent me from Mary Bell Creations. And I didn't realize when I read her letter, she is on, oh my goodness, Mary Bell Creations. She's one of my subbies, and she is on Instagram. And I don't have an Instagram, and I don't have a, what's the other, hold on, let me get it because I'm terrible at forgetting everything. Okay, I found her information, so I wrote it down. She's on Instagram, and it's Marbella _30. And it's, her name of her business is Maribella's Creations, and that's how she's on YouTube. She doesn't do YouTube videos, but that's her business name on Facebook, and Marbella _30 on Instagram. Okay, now that I got that out of the way, I should have written that down first. I thought I was going to remember. Sorry, Maribel. My mind is just not what it used to be. So sorry. Anyways, I used one of the little crochet doilies that she sent me, and I applied it to this booklet. And so that goes here in the front. So see, that was the mistake that I did. That I went ahead and I added these 2 Velcros, and it was fine. There was no problem. Okay, but it wasn't until I started embellishing this that it added that extra bulkiness to this, not to mention this here and what's in here as well. So that's a big mistake. So if you're planning on making one like this, which I will be doing a tutorial later on how to make this, don't put your magnets or your Velcro tabs. If you're planning on doing that, do that last after you've done all the embellishing. I was just in a hurry to get it done, and one thing out of the way that I wasn't thinking. So that was a big mistake on my part. Okay, so here I use, this is a lace that I got, that I bought on Etsy from a vendor, and I'll put it on the description as well. They got gorgeous lace. I mean, I think I got everything they had on this one. I think they had 4 yards left, and that's what I bought. So I cut a piece, and I made it into a little pocket here, and then I had a scrap piece of the Sari silk. So I just applied it to the front, and then I used a ball pin there. I guess I could have put a little charm hanging, but I didn't. And then I had this from the previous when I did my tabs. I had some of these little words that I didn't get to use, so I went ahead and used it on here. And here's the tag. And yeah, I'm pretty sure they're all from VintageByMe that I used. And here, this is the second envelope. Okay, and then that's the flap for the front. The paper is so pretty, and I didn't want to do anything else to it. And but I did put some scrap of lace here from a doily. These doilies. This is a doily that I got from AliExpress, and so I just got some a little bit from here, and I didn't coffee dye it. I've been getting so lazy that I just like the instant gratification, so I just use my distress ink over it, and that's how I just kind of distress to get some of that white away, you know, off of being too white. So here was another piece of scrap that I just went ahead and I folded and I distressed, and then the lines, and oh, I guess I didn't distress the bottom here, but yeah, so I added a little, this is just an embellishment that I didn't get to use. I'm from my other share video doing the ribbon journal tabs. I didn't use it, so I went ahead and used that because I just want to use whatever I had here on hand. I didn't want to have to be looking for more stuff. So that's what I did. So that just goes in here. And if you notice, I kind of missed the center of it, but you know, that's okay. Once you put it in there, you can't tell. And so this is still the back of the second envelope. And so what I did here, I put, actually this is part of the an envelope, but I decided not to use the whole envelope. So I created a pocket, and I just stashed in some scraps of paper, coffee dye paper. So, and then just tucked it in there like that, and it holds really well. It doesn't fall off. This here is the third envelope. So what I did with this third envelope, this is where I didn't use the other portion of the envelope. The other half on my prototype, I had glued it on the third envelope and made it into a pocket. But I decided not to. Don't know why, but I just did it. Because, oh yeah, I remember, because the paper's so pretty and I didn't want to cover it up, you know. It's so soft and subtle. The colors aren't like super vibrant, and they're kind of muted and they kind of faded. So it has the look of really, you know, vintage and old. I don't know. And I just love the colors. They're so pretty. But what I did is I put a thin glue to make it a two pocket. So here's one tag, and I just put a little bit of lace so that it'll show on the side here, on the top. And here's another tag, and they're not from the same kit. They're different kits. But the great thing about her digitals is that you can mix and match, and they go well with each other because of the colors that she uses. They go very well, which it doesn't matter what digital you use. And then, okay, this is the front of the third envelope. So this is the back of the third envelope. Isn't that pretty paper? So again, and also I didn't want to add a lot of embellishment, so I just added a little bit of just scrap of lace that I glued on to this. So I didn't add a lot of bulkiness, because I'll show you, this one added bulkiness. And then, so this is the third page, and this is just a glassine envelope. I didn't coffee dye, I just distressed it with ink. And on the back I put a little bit of this lace because it was on my scraps that I had, so I wanted to use it. So I placed it on the back. So just a little bit is peeking through right here. I guess I need to trim right here. I'll do that later. So what I did again is I made a little booklet, because you know me, I love making these little booklets, and I just add so many you know, more journaling places. You can journal here, you know, on both sides, and because the paper is not so busy and it's light, that you can write on it as well. And then in the front, so you know, you could, and then what I did is like you can write a secret note, and nobody would know that it's there, like that. See? So, and the only reason why I put in the glassine bag is because my glassine happened to be here on my work area. So I said, oh, why not? So that's why I used that. My allergies. Oh, my allergies are always active. So originally I was just going to use the plain paper clip, but I had the scrap laying around, and I go, well, it was the same, almost the same size as the, I only had to trim maybe like a 1/4 of an inch off to of the same length, you know, folding it twice of the paper clip. And so I used some of that scrap of that lace, and then I had these shell buttons that I also bought on Etsy, and I put some of my the wax linen thread through the button, and then I just glued it on, and I made it into a paper clip. Simple, but you know, effective, and it looks pretty at the same time. So these are just pages that kind of opened up. I was going to put a charm here, but I forgot. So I added, what, 3 sheets? So it makes 3 times 4 makes 12 journaling pages. So yeah, so this kind of added also extra bulk. So that's why I didn't want to add over embellish. Plus the paper, I didn't think it needed. It didn't warrant anymore. And so that's the 3rd envelope. Here is the 5th and the 6th, part of the 6th envelope down here. So out of the 6th envelope, I made a pocket where I'm tucking these in. And then this one, I just add a little bit of scrap lace there, and the mulberry flower, and I put a little brad. This is the 5th envelope that is 1 large pocket, but also it's another pocket here in the front. So this is another piece of scrap. So I usually try to use all my paper that I say I'm going to work with, and that's it. So I don't end up having so many scraps. I do have some scrap, but really wasn't that much that I had left. So I made a little pocket out of another piece of scrap for the tag, and then that goes in there. And I made it into like a concertina fold. Goes in here in this pocket. And then in this pocket, I use a guest check. And because it was too big with this little tab here that you tear, I tore it off. So I put it in the back. So it's kind of like, if I turn it around, it's upside down. But if you flip it like this, it's right side up. And these are just scraps that I use. See? So you use your scraps. So I just tuck them in here. And this one I just made into like a little tag. You know, and you can write a note back here. Turn it around, and you just do some writing in the front if you wish. I just embellished it with some of that die cut here that my sister gave me, and some scraps of lace. And this is the stickers that I've had for a while that I'm finally using. So these go in here. It's pretty. I really, really like the papers. So pretty. Okay, so this is part of the 5th envelope. So this 5th envelope made a pocket on top of the 4th envelope. And it has a little made into another pocket in here. It's a little booklet. It's actually 2. But I made it into 1. If you notice, this one's a little bit smaller, so it doesn't match. But that's alright. I still went ahead and used it. I just put a little bit of lace. And then the back is the back of the 4th envelope and the remainder of the 5th envelope, which is this here. So I made a pocket for the fourth envelope, and then I made a pocket here on the side as well. And then I put a pocket here, and then these are little envelopes that I have that I bought a while ago. When I say a while ago, I want to say more than a year, from AliExpress. So I don't even remember who the seller is. And I just had another scrap piece of paper. I don't throw my scraps of coffee dye paper for this reason. So I made into a little fold out note so you can write on. I just put it in there. And I thought this envelope, you know, went well with the theme of postage. So that just goes in there. And wrap it around. I think I did it twice. So this is my, oops, I didn't close this. No wonder it looked kind of odd. So this is my 5 envelopes. So this is what it looks like from the top. Kind of chunky, huh? And this is what it looks like on the side. From the back again, and from the bottom. I only did a 2-stitch pamphlet instead of a 3, because it's small and, you know, you don't need the 3. So, yeah, I hope you like this. If you do, please give me a thumbs up. You know, it doesn't cost you anything to give me a thumbs up, you know, a like, and leave me a comment and let me know what you think. And be waiting, because I will be doing a tutorial on how to do this. These are small envelopes. I use 5 of them. If you want to have a 6 on reserve, in case you do want to use a 6th one, yeah, have 6 envelopes if you want to, okay? I don't know when, probably over the weekend, I'll be able to do that. And also, I still want to do a little craft with me, doing the, using the shipping paper for the backing on the snippet. So grab all your extra laces and scraps and scraps of fabric and buttons if you want to use some, and old doilies if you have any, whatever you want to use. And believe me, you don't need a whole lot. So yeah, that's it. And like I said, please leave me a comment. I love to hear from you, and give me thumbs up, because YouTube likes that apparently, and I like that too. And it doesn't cost you anything. And then share this video with your friends, refer them, send them to me. Yeah, and I'd like to hear from you guys, so let me know. And hope you're all doing well. I don't think I said that, but and believe me, I pray for you guys every morning when I get up. And I pray for all my friends and my relatives and my subbies, and those that are not my subbies also, and all the YouTubers. I pray for all of you, for your safety, and stay well, and may God watch over you and put a hedge of protection over you and your family. Right? Take care.